Good morning, man. Welcome back. Welcome back. All right, let me get this out of the way. All right, today we're going to talk about what makes a grade actually good. So, before starting, I want to read you a quick Bible verse. This is Colossians 3:23, and it says, "Whatever you do, work at it with all your heart, as working for the Lord, not for human masters." And I hope that the Lord can bless us today. I hope the Lord can allow me to teach properly what I want to teach. And I hope that the Lord can allow you to understand properly what I'm going to teach you. All right, let's get started. So today we're going to talk about what makes a grade actually good. And you can see that I've gotten here three stills from three different projects that I worked on. And before going ahead, I want to tell you something about myself in case this is your first time seeing me. So I'm Giuseppe, and I started off as a broke videographer actually, different years ago. And I started hustling music videos for 50 bucks basically at the beginning of my career. I quickly realized that I sucked at color grading, and that sent me down a path of just trying to learn the best I could about colors and how to actually color grade my own footage. After getting some skills and becoming just a little good, I realized that I actually liked color grading more than I liked shooting videos because I was still a videographer, of course. So I realized that I actually wanted to be a full-time colorist. Now, a colorist, for those of you who don't know, is basically somebody that gets hired to color grade whatever is shot. Usually, you don't see this like on small productions. Usually, this is something that you can see on big production. I'm talking at least 2 to 3K. This is not big by any means, but at least 2 to 3K in production cost, basically. So those productions with a lot of people working, you have the director, DP, gaffer, grip, whatever. You also might find a colorist there. Usually, you can afford to hire a colorist when the budget allows for it, because usually a colorist costs. It's not worth it for small production. So I guess you're watching this video because you actually want to learn about grading, and you're in the right place. I just want to get something out of the way real quick. If you're looking for 5 tips about making your halation a little less gay than what it actually is, get out of here, man. Because I'm not going to give you any fast tips, any dopamine inducing edit. This is going to be a long video. Go grab a cup of coffee. If you already watch me, you know how it goes. Go grab a cup of coffee, sit down, relax, okay, and listen to what I got to teach. So right now I'm a full-time remote colorist. I grade videos. This is what I do. And I want to talk about some things that you may not know. So I'm going to let you in on a little secret. Especially if you're new here, you need to hear this. Before we talk about what makes a grade actually good, you need to know that there are essentially two types of people, okay? There's the first type, and the first type is what I call the preset pirate. And the preset pirate is the type of guy that just, goes on YouTube like we all did. I mean, I'm guilty of this because usually, it's common to look for advice on YouTube. So the preset pirate just goes on YouTube, gets told to download a random LUT and to paste it onto their footage, and they get a lot from the internet. They get hustled on, like they buy a lot for 30 bucks, get a lot on their footage. They just start messing with contrast a little bit. They up this, they gain down, maybe highlights up, gamma down, maybe this, maybe that, because some YouTuber told them. They don't even know why they're doing the thing they're doing. They may be slapping a tint on top of their footage to get like an orange and teal going. So they just follow what they're told without knowing what they're doing, the thing they're doing, and they do what I did in the beginning. They pray that it goes well. And as much as I love praying to our God, I don't think this is the right path to a successful cinematic video. I'm using the word cinematic as it means like if it doesn't mean anything. Cinematic doesn't actually mean anything. I'm just talking in a way that you can actually understand. But you might be wondering, what's the second type of person that I can encounter? The second type is a bit more rare, but he still exists. He's the color king. Now, the color king is the guy that doesn't actually do what you do in your free time, which is study techniques. He doesn't just study techniques off of YouTube. What he actually does is study what we talk about on my channel. He studies strategies. I should have typed strategies, but I typed. You get the point. He follows strategies, and he knows that this is important because by following a strategy, when you encounter, and you will, when you encounter different types of footage, you know how to make them look beautiful regarding of the look you're going for. I mean, do you know, like, do you see how a professional colorist like myself can approach different types of media and make it look absolutely stunning? Do you see that? Well, the trick is in this. It's not just learning. Why the fuck are we on a whiteboard, by the way? I'm teaching color grading, man, but I'm having too much fun on these whiteboards. I actually like teaching on a whiteboard like this. I think I'm going to do it more often. I actually like it because we need to talk about the strategies, not the techniques. I do not give a flying fuck about well, your gain is zero point 0.1 in this scene, but I'm actually gonna raise shadows to zero point 0.2. This scene, we're gonna go fuck all of that. Honestly, I could give less of a fuck about it. Okay, we gotta talk about strategy. I want to teach you how to get good at grading, and by all means, man, if you're trash at grading, you should hire a colorist. But I understand that the budget might not always allow for it, so you gotta get good anyways. So a true color king, which is what you want to become, okay, don't be a preset pirate, man. What the fuck? You want to be a color king. So a true color king, he studies the strategy. He needs to know why he does the things he does, because you might know how to make this image look beautiful. You may say, right, skin tones, contrast, maybe, I don't know, okay. You might stumble upon a good look for this image, but you might not know how to make this look beautiful because skin tones, what skin, yeah, skin, you don't know what the fuck you're doing. Do you understand? How about this one? Totally different setting. So the thing is that you need to know strategies because techniques are not going to save you. Okay, techniques, yeah, fine. I teach tips, tricks, whatever, but you still need a strategy. Okay, so let's go. Let's talk about what makes a grade actually good. What makes a grade actually good is typically color separation. What am I talking about? Our minds, hold on, our minds, they actually like, for the most part, contrast. Do you know why every YouTuber talks about upping contrast on an image and get more contrast? Or do you know about orange and teal? Oh yeah, we're gonna go on a deep lesson today. Do you know why every, hey, shut up, I know for a fact that you watch YouTube videos about grading and that the guy always goes like this. Look, I'll go back to what I was saying. Listen, I know better. I know what to tell you to make you understand me. Okay? Listen. I know for a fact that the guy goes, we're going to get some primaries. Maybe you have a CST at the end, which is good. I like it. Primaries. Maybe tint. He doesn't call it tint, but it's a tint. He calls it look development, grade, color grading. He might call it whatever the fuck he wants to call it. But what you do is just this. He gets like a fuck ton of nodes for no reason, but then he gets to the point. Like what actually makes the grade good for him is this. Um, Shadows, blue. It pulls it towards this direction, which is usually towards the cyan on Da Vinci. Highlights, we're gonna go warm, and that's the grade for him. He doesn't explain why. He doesn't explain what to do in another situation. You do not know how to grade, my son. You don't know what you're talking about, and I'm right here to rescue you. So let's erase all this bullshit. What's the deal? So what I was telling you before is what makes a grade actually good. I was starting to talk about orange and teal because guess what? Orange and teal is a completely fine look, okay? But it became a crutch, especially lately, because motherfuckers go like this for their shadows and this for their highlights. So basically cyan for the shadows and what's that? Orange for the highlights. And they basically do this for every YouTube tutorial that they make, and they call it a grade. They selectively get clips that work with that type of look, which is none of these. Pay attention. And they just show you what they think is grading. That's not grading. You can't go. Why are we learning strategy? Why do you gotta learn what makes a grade good? Because this is a technique. Yeah, this is fine. Okay, fine. I've done it myself. There's a tutorial where I do almost exactly this on a grade similar, like when I really did orange and teal, because it works, it looks beautiful. But I did because it looks beautiful and it matches the song theme because it's a music video. But you gotta learn what makes a grade actually good so that you can approach every type of thing. So orange and teal got popular just because it's easy. It's a crutch. And why does it look good? So I want to ask you, do you know why it looks good? Because you're separating the tonality of the image. You're pushing this cyan, teal, whatever the fuck you're pushing in the shadows, and you're doing the exact opposite in the highlights. And the way these motherfuckers are teaching it is way too strong. You don't want to be doing this. This is so wrong, man. This is so wrong. You don't want to be doing that. It's gonna ruin your grades. Don't ever watch anybody that says it. If they do this, like if this for them is color grading, close their video. I'm telling you, bro. I've lost clients because of this. There's a story actually. So I was still a videographer. I had like 1 year of experience at color grading, but I was still a videographer, really. But I wanted to become a remote colorist. And I had this very big opportunity. There was a big client that asked me to grade a commercial. I'm actually going to type this one, commercial. I needed to get this commercial graded. Now, since I only knew this thing, this bullshit, this, I can't even understand what I wrote here. Whatever. I'm sorry, bro. This is so, I'm having fun. I hope you're having fun too. Since I needed to get this commercial done, but I was still essentially a videographer that was just trying to understand grading. I had 1 year experience in grading because I was grading my own footage. But since I was grading my own footage, like if you grade your own footage, nobody's actually gonna come to you and say your grades are trash because nobody knows better. It's when you need to work with directors, DPs, whatever, producers, when you need to work with those people because you're a color king and you become a colorist. Actually, if you like grading and you actually want to become a colorist, you're going to work eventually with those people. When you work with that kind of professionals, they're going to tell you, hey bro, you suck at your job, do better, or we're not going to hire you. So I was still a videographer. I didn't know better. Nobody told me that I still sucked. And I thought I was this cool kid that just knew color grading. And I was so different from everybody else because I wasn't just a preset pirate that slapped LUTs on his footage. Guess what? I was still making trash into shiny trash. I was not turning trash into movies. So I still sucked just like the rest. And I didn't know this. And I was like, I wanted to pursue this remote grading career because it's actually fucking cool. You can become a remote colorist and you can live like a digital nomad. It's so cool. So I wanted to do this, and I had this big client that wanted to get a commercial graded, and they trusted me because they didn't know any better. That's the truth. Like they didn't know any better colorist. They trusted me. Okay, I was there. They needed a colorist right here, real quick. Okay, Giuseppe, there you go. So they wanted this commercial graded, and like they gave me the clips and the reference. Let's look at this. So it went like this. Why? Uh, this is gonna make you understand why you need to learn what makes a grade actually good, because you need to look at an image and you need to be able to realize, okay, this works because I like the fact that the contrast is soft and there's a lot of saturation. I like the sky, the contrast with the orange of the hill. Okay, good. Oh, I like the fact that this is actually a gradient. Interesting. I like how smooth the skin tones are in the way that the shadows. So you got to learn how to analyze an image. You're going to learn that today. Okay, so stick around. So basically, what happened? So that I'm telling you this so that you know that I'm not just wasting your time. Okay, I'm building something here. If you follow me, you know that I talk about real shit, and I like to build what I say with facts. I want to show you something. So I needed to get this commercial graded, and the fact is that they sent me their footage, and their footage looked flat, boring, neutral, and that's it. Okay, this is what their footage looked like. Their reference was different. Their reference had inherent orange and teal. Why? Why do I say inherent? Because it wasn't done in the grade. See, there's a lot of things that are good to look at that you can enhance through grading, but they're not done in the grading room. Like they're not in the color suite. You don't do them yourselves. Like I didn't magically build the sun, or like I didn't fake a sunny day in the scene. It was already a sunny day. I didn't insist on making a cloudy day sunny. Same thing for this one. This is actually a sunset, or it's after sunset. The original doesn't look like this because I'm a pro. I know how to make things look beautiful, whatever you've shot. That's why you hire me. One of the reasons, it's one of the worst reasons to hire a colorist. I'm going to talk about it in another video, but still, doesn't look like this, and neither does the original for this one. Actually, I'm going to show you later, just to have fun together. But it had inherent orange and teal because it was, guess what, lit differently. It's like saying, like, it's like if I'm your client and I give you a reference for this look, you say, look at what Giuseppe did. I want you to do the exact same, but then you shoot on a cloudy day. What the fuck are you expecting? The colorist isn't supposed to make cloudy sunny. That's not what you're supposed to. You can't make cloudy sunny. I can explain that. I don't want to make this too long, but you can't really do that. Okay? Now, back to our thing. So I had this commercial, big client. Like I had big balls to say yes to this. I wanted to, like fake it till you make it. Well, in this case, it didn't work, man. And actually, like it's pretty embarrassing for me to say that, but I talk the talk and I walk the walk. So flat, boring, neutral, inherent, orange, and teal. Guess what I did? I went shadows, teal, highlights, warm. That's it. What they got was a mess because it, like this footage that they showed me, the reference, it had inherent orange and teal, and I confused it for just a tint because I didn't know any better. I thought, okay, I know how to do this. They have like orange and teal lighting. Okay, I know. I just need to push my tint, and that's it. All right. Lift, so blue, and gain, we go warm. Oh, cool, beautiful. I sent it back to the client the same day, and he called me all angry, and he basically fired me. So that's not the way to go. And what I failed to realize is that, yeah, while that grade was beautiful because it was lit properly, so it was not the colorist's job, actually. It was the DP and gaffer that did the heavy lifting in that case. The grade was actually fairly simple. Like the color grading for that was actually pretty balanced, neutral shadows, actually lifted shadows, not even that much contrast in the grade itself. So I didn't have okay, I didn't have that many techniques in my book, but still I didn't have a strategy for attacking footage. I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. I thought that grading just meant shadows, blue, highlights, warm, and that's it. And that's wrong. Okay, that's why you got to learn strategy, because techniques alone like this won't save you. You will never know. There's like a use scenario for this, okay? Like you can still use this and call yourself a colorist. Some of you may do that if you're actual color kings, but you don't want to do this like as a thing that you always do, because it's not normal. Like you're gonna have it would be so weird. Like imagine if I were a doctor, okay? Every patient that comes through my door, I prescribe them an aspirin. Car accident, aspirin. Knee hurts, aspirin. Headache, aspirin. Heart transplant, aspirin. What the fuck, man? Aspirin for everybody. I don't even know what an aspirin does, man. I'm a doctor and don't even know that aspirin. Because some guy on YouTube told me that aspirin was gonna fix everything. No! Don't do that. No, it's not the way to go. Do you realize how crazy that sounds? Am I speaking some sense into you? Okay, listen up. So, what makes a grade actually good? So, this all got so popular because, as I told you, orange and teal is easy. Easy, because what's the ability in doing that? Bro, do you think that if color grading was that easy, people would actually hire me? Bro, why would you hire me if you could get this image looking the way it does just by doing that? The fuck? Where's the skill in that? Do you think people are stupid? They'd like wasting money? Do you really think that? No, no, that's not what grading is about. Grading is more. It's much more than that. Okay, so orange and teal, yeah, can work. I love the look, actually. I love it, man. I have a beautiful video. It's the very beginning of my show reel, which is where this comes from, but it's a different scene with different setting. And I love orange and teal, actually, but you gotta know when to use it. It got popular because it's very good at separating the tones in the image, and that's what our eyes like. Now, let's look at everything. Let me get this cleared up for you. Yeah, you already know I'm not gonna cut this. Fuck you. Sit through the shit. I'm sorry, man. I'm way too aggressive. Actually, like I'm a very chill guy, man. I'm sorry. It's because I have a lot of fun recording like these types of video, and I love teaching, man. And sometimes you gotta talk that way because people need to understand. I'm actually like I get intense when I talk about things I like, so it's my real personality. But I'm sorry, like sometimes maybe it's a bit too much. And since you talk to a screen, you don't really realize that you're still talking to people. And I need to calm down. Sorry, man. Anyway, so back to our shit. Shut up. um, our eyes, they like color separation. That's why you see bullshit color pirates telling you to up your contrast first things. Like the first thing they tell you, like they open DaVinci, convert your footage, primaries. They call it primaries because they heard somebody call it primaries, and so we all go primaries. Fuck your primaries, man. And they, what do? Maybe they're smart. They don't touch their contrast. No contrast. No. I don't touch the knob. I go lift gamma gain. Okay, what do they actually do? Lift goes down. Gamma may go up. This not up. May go up or it may go down. Gain usually goes up as well. What is this? They're just increasing contrast. This is what they're doing. So this is not what I want you to be doing. I want you to think. So usually what makes a grade look good is color separation, which is why they push contrast so much, but it's not the only thing. Usually what you want is color separation in a nutshell, and not all the same color. You want gradients of the same color. If you're doing a grade that only has one color in it, you want gradients. What does this mean? This is the okay, listen, I'm saying this like very quickly because I realize that we're 24 minutes in and I still haven't given you an answer, so I'm making up for that. But the answer I've just given you is actually the real fucking trick. This is the real solid advice. I swear you're not gonna get this anywhere on the internet because this is something I came up with myself. Okay, I haven't learned this anywhere. Nobody teaches about this, but this is actually what makes a grade look good. So I know like I'm pretty high energy now. Listen for real. What makes a grade look good is the fact that You see like this grade right here? Okay, let's analyze this. It's all fucking blue. I guess you can see that. But the thing is, it's not really the same hue everywhere. Do you see that? So contrast here, I would say it's pretty heavy, but it's more about the exposure than the contrast itself. What's going on is saturation is really heavy, okay? It's a dense image because it's pretty dark, not too much, but still pretty dark and very saturated. At the same time, nothing is too bright, and this is why we call it dense, okay? And the fact is that you see it's all blue when you look at it as a whole. It's all blue actually, okay, but it's not the same hue. Like look at here, it changes. Do you see this? There's like a gradient. That's why I said that before. You remember, like in the beginning I exactly said it's a gradient. So you still have some of the sky right here, and you have then you see like it changes some of the original sky, and then it changes. So if I recall correctly, the way I obtained this was, it's of course after sunset, but this is way too purple in the original. This is on FX3 and it got recorded way too purple. And what I actually did was, I think I added a blue tint, but do you see how it works beautifully in this sense? I don't remember exactly what I did. I'm just trying to teach you like how to analyze an image and what makes this look good. So you like this image. First, it's believable. It's not fucking fluorescent lighting bullshit, weird type of stuff. It's believable because you see we're after sunset, and in the video it looks beautiful, man. I'm telling you, it's not just a still, it looks beautiful even in motion because it's very natural actually. Like your eyes almost expect to see this in reality, even though you never really, I've never seen something like this in reality. Like it's very rare to see a blue hour this strong, and it's very believable because it's dark. Like saturation is linked to exposure. You need to make things, when you up their saturation, you need to do that in a way that doesn't like defy the laws of physics. It's a topic for another video, man. Just stick with me. So this looks good because we have a gradient. So it's all blue, and you can have a grade like this, but we still have some color separation, and it's not actually a single fucking tonality of blue. It changes through the shot. This one looks good for the actual same reason because you have like these are not complementary grades. Do you see that? Like these are actually, this is orange and teal. I would have never gone with orange and teal in this case. I mean you could, but for the film that I was grading, it wouldn't have worked. Like it needed to be this sweet, beautiful, really dreamy thing. And guess what? There isn't a single drop of glow in this scene. I hate glow. You know that. If you follow me, you know that I hate glow. Fuck the people that say that glow is cinematic. It's not. But I have another video on it. I'm tired of talking about it. Just stick with me. So this grade looks good for the exact same reasons as this one, and it's because we have like the tonality, like this orange hue in the frame, but it doesn't stay the same for every part of it. Like what you gotta understand is that these two images look good for the exact same reason, and I did not achieve them because I applied a tint. It's not like I went warm highlights, like this is the gain, and I went this way with my knob. It's not because of that. It wouldn't have looked like this because if you apply a tint, guess what's going to happen? You're going to get the same color everywhere. This is going to be the same color as this. This is going to be the same color as this. This is going to be the same color as this. It doesn't work that way. I mean, it can work, but for other purposes, okay? In this case, it wasn't a tint. I think I achieved this through white balancing because it needs to be, which is kind of like adding a tint, but it's not really the same thing. I'll go more in depth in another video. This was white balancing. Contrast really did a lot of the heavy lifting. There's a power window on her face. And one of the things that is very good to look at in this image is how soft the shadows are on her face. And in this case, so we're talking about the contrast. The contrast actually makes this image look good. And which is what I told you before, like color separation. This is beautiful. This is beautifully lit. Look at the shadows on her face. It looks beautiful to watch. And the fact is that I then went in, they were harsher. In the original footage, like this is almost black. But since this is shot on a proper camera, you can recover detail. And I went in and I recovered this. My contrast actually, like I did some shadow compression. I have a tutorial where I talk about it. Go watch it on my channel. It's called like the Honest Color Grading Guide. And you can see me doing this exact technique where I bring my lift down, then I go into log wheels and I bring shadows up to get this smooth, dreamy feeling. And remember, there is not a single drop of glow in this. Glow doesn't make your image look like this. This is what a real colorist does. Glow, fuck you and your glow, man. Glow sucks. Don't ever use glow. Anyways, and I added a like very hint of blue in the shadows. This is what I actually like a lot about this grade, because you have the warm tones, but I wanted to get some more separation between the warm tones and the shadows. Now the shadows were looking pretty good. They were neutral, but I still wanted to get something else. I wanted, like, do you see this grading? It goes from orange to red actually, and then it gets kind of cold right here. Well, this is because there's a blue gradient. That's why it goes through this shift. Okay. This image looks good for the exact same reasons. It looks good. Like the contrast here is very controlled. Like there's nothing really crushed, nothing like you see all those motherfuckers, man. They always talk about like max out your scopes. And max out your scopes, I have videos on it. Go watch them. But if you don't have time, like max out your scopes is very bad advice. No. I suggest you go watch my videos, man. You need them. Like if you heard max out your scopes, that's really bad advice. I hate that advice. Anyways, so here my scopes certainly weren't maxed. um, and what's good about this image is that, so you don't have any color that pops up really, so it's very balanced in that sense, but still it's a rich image. And this is basically, in this case, it's both the fact that you have different colors contrasting with one another, and that's what makes the image look nice. One very quick note: you can look at the shadows. There's a slight blue tint, although I'll say that this blue that you see is not just injected by me with a tint. This is coming from the sky. I'm actually going to teach you a cool concept. Before I do this, if you're getting value from this, just remember that I have a paid program coming up. Might be already there as you're watching this video. I'm still building it, so it's not like ready yet. But I've got like this cool paid program that it's actually that is actually gonna teach people how to properly color grade. And if you like these little guides, I go way more in depth in that program, and I'm making it very affordable. Like everybody can afford it. So if you're actually serious about grading, if you're a videographer that wants to grade his video like a real colorist would, you want to be that guy, you want to be a color king and actually learn from somebody who does it for real, and I show you the things I grade, I'm actually gonna, I'm gonna get this out. You might already go check out the description because it might already be there as we're speaking. Okay, go do that. If you're getting value from this free content, just imagine what will be inside the paid program. You're gonna get all of this, man. You're gonna get practice footage, both shot on cinema cameras. So you want to work on real cinema cameras, man, you're gonna get it. Okay, I'm not joking. So shot on cinema cameras, both, and also shot amateur, so that you can see like the difference. You can become a colorist that knows, like, you ever get that feeling you don't know if it's your fault or if it's the footage's fault? You're gonna find out really quickly if it's your fault because you don't have a cinema camera. I'm sorry, if it's your fault because you don't know how to grade, or if it's not your fault because you're not working on professionally shot footage. So I'm going to clear a lot of doubts. And if you want to dive deep and just get, solid feedback, we're going to do that. You're going to get feedback on your grades. There's going to be a community. So you're going to talk about it with other people that are as passionate as you about color grading. And you're also going to see me dive deep into techniques but real, like real fucking good techniques, man. Shit that you don't see on YouTube, like the type of thing that allows me to get these grades going. And also, it won't be like, I won't, it won't be bloated with fucking node trees, like, won't be bloated with 30 node trees. You get me? I'll teach you how to achieve this with as simple as what, six, seven nodes, and that's it. Because you don't need as many as people have made you believe, actually. And take it from me, I actually grade this. So yeah, what usually makes a grade look good is color separation. Get this on your desk. Color separation, and which is usually brightness and contrast. You already know, like when you color grade, you're actually just messing with brightness, the brightness of things, and the color of things. This is what color grading is about. You're messing with the light, the intensity, how bright the thing is, and what color it is. So what you want to do is get separation both in the brightness and both like in the color as well. Usually that lends you a pretty good grade. This is why this image looks good. I'm not talking about maxer scopes. I'll slap you. If this is what you understood, you're going to get slapped. I'm not talking about max out your scopes. I'm talking about getting some contrast going, okay? This is good contrast. You want this this is also good contrast. If you don't have like this, if you don't have contrast like in this image, you can have like a softer image. You can still make it look beautiful by giving it some color, okay? Now you gotta be careful. You don't want to be the guy that's just going around overgrading it. I've already done a video about it, but I'll say that here again. So there's a hidden danger. So if you follow advice like this, like what I just told you, you're going to go around thinking that grading is just making things look good, which is actually a lie, because grading is actually, let's go here, grading is actually making the audience feel something. So these images look beautiful because they look beautiful like in their own sense. They're not equal, because what I want to say, what I wanted people to feel in this image was to feel at ease. Look at something beautiful. It's a beautiful memory. In the film, this is a flashback. Okay, right here, this is a rapper. This is from a music video, and right here, this is a couple on the coast. Okay, that's why they look beautiful, because I want you to feel like we're living in something that it's, look at this, kind of like reality, but better. This is one of my secrets. This is one of the things I go for. I mean, yeah, you deserve it. If you are still watching this video, you deserve this. You deserve to know this trick. It's not a trick. It's more like a strategy. Sometimes you want things to look like reality but better. So you enhance them. You enhance what makes them beautiful, and that gives you a very very good looking grade. So uh, all these three images, they are almost like exactly this concept, and that's one of my tricks. But it's not the only thing you want to be doing. I mean, sometimes you could have had an image where this just looks wrong. You can have that where the skin tone doesn't look like it should, where it doesn't look right. You can have that. I have guys all the time asking me for one-on-one sessions, and their main concern is, Giuseppe, how do I get my skin tones to look right? And my first question is always, why do you want them to look right in the first place? Now, if you give me a good answer, if you say, "Hey, Giuseppe, I just want like I'm doing a commercial and they need to look right because they need to be proper, professional looking, like a professional space." Yeah, of course, you want people to look like people. You don't want them to look like aliens. But if you're doing it just because you think grading is actually just making things look good, then you're doing it wrong, because you shouldn't focusing on making everything look beautiful. Like some things, they need to look kind of bad. I'll show you an example real quick. Hold up. Let me go. I hope you can still see this. Let me go. Hold on. Yeah, get some patience. Let me grab something that doesn't look as good, let's say. Oh, by the way, this is the original frame from this image. Come on, man, we're homies. No, not really, but you're still watching. I guess you find this content valuable, so stick around, keep watching this as well. This is the original image. So you can see that, of course, it's lit properly, but you've got a lot of work to do, right? And yeah, I'll show you something that actually was graded to not look proper. Let me see if I can find it. Oh yeah, I have a beautiful example. So I have this image right here that I'm uploading, and you're gonna see this is a grade that looks. I mean, it looks beautiful in its own sense, but it's not. Wait, can I move? Can I move this? I can't move it. Whatever. It's not conventional. Like the skin. Look at his skin. It's way more yellow than here. You see that? If I was a fucking YouTuber, a brain dead YouTuber, like most of them are, I would have just told you, oh, this is wrong because skin is not sitting where it should be sitting. Well, that's wrong. Like skin tones aren't always the way you expect them to be, and they actually depend on what light is hitting them. But I have a whole nother video on this. Anyways, bro, I just wanted to give you some value. Okay, I wanted to give you some value in this video. What makes a grade actually good? You should make the audience feel something, but usually brightness of things, color of things, that's what color grading is about. Get some contrast in that sense. So both like contrast, real fucking contrast, lift and gain, and the colors. So some difference in the colors. So don't just have a tint. Make sure that if you're doing like a gradient, not a gradient, but a grade that has only like a primary color in it, like these two, make sure that you have a gradient going so it doesn't all look the same because it's going to be very natural. And if you don't have contrast, you still want to make it look beautiful, you can just have some color separation. If the image is trash, okay, if this was not like this, I would have probably pushed some more contrast in it if it was, say, on a cloudy day, but it depends. It could still look beautiful without the color separation that you see here. I mean, this is really saturated. If your image, let's close the video like this. If your image is trash, do not overgrade it. Do not overgrade the image because it's not going to become a movie. No, it's not going to become a movie. It's going to become, guess what? Shiny trash. It's still going to be trash. It's just going to be shinier, okay? But it's still going to be bad. So don't be the guy that overgrades. Know your limits. Know what you can actually make look. You can't like, bro. That's it. Know your limits. Don't overgrade. Don't overthink. And anyways, bro, thank you for watching, man. And I hope you got some value from this. If you did, I suggest you subscribe because I drop daily videos on grading and they're actually no fluff, no BS grading videos. So stick around for those. Remember, you might already have the chance to join my online paid program. If you're serious about grading, I suggest you go check that out because I actually give some pretty fucking solid advice at an incredible value. Okay? I suggest you go do that. God bless you.